Are you a water snob? Of course.
I just try. I mean, on the go, it's okay, but I try to I have like a filter in my apartment and everything.
I know.
Just because I feel bad about the plastic, and also, but glass is so inconvenient. If you've ever dropped one of those things, you understand why we're all hooked on plastic.
Exactly. Are we rolling? Okay, great. No, I was actually having this conversation with someone yesterday because I am a water snob, like huge water snob. But then I think about the filter and I'm like, but then isn't it sitting in plastic? So isn't that?
I don't fully trust, or like, how do you know exactly what's going on in the filter?
I mean, the dream is in LA, I obviously have the Mountain Valley like, dispenser, which I have dropped one on my foot and it was very painful. And I also broke one, and that was truly a really tough day in my household because it just caused such a mess, and you wouldn't think that it would break into such tiny pieces.
Yes, that's happened to me before.
I was rolling it. I was rolling it and it like shattered. Anyway, it was really bad. So what are we to do in New York? We just have to get glass bottles delivered to our apartments?
But I don't trust the delivery that much here. People are rough in New York. They're just throwing things around.
I know.
I've ordered like glass bottles, and at least one will come broken in the package.
And they're heavy.
And they're heavy and then leaking through the box. I have a great water filtration guy.
Okay.
Who will come in and he can do like the reverse osmosis, the alkaline, all that stuff. But do you know you don't actually want to drink real alkaline water? Like, it actually upsets 90% of people's stomachs. So I had the alkaline, and then I had the alkaline removed.
Wait, all this time I was thinking the alkaline was the way to go.
Because he says that the alkaline that we're thinking is alkaline is not actually alkaline. He's because before he installed it, he was like, have you had real alkaline? I'm like, yeah, I'm a Essentia girl. Like,
right, of course.
Alkaline. And he was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And then 3 months later, I was like, is that why I'm having stomach aches? And I switched it back to just filtered.
Wow.
And I've always tell my friends to do it. Like, I have certain friends who still are like getting crates of plastic bottles. And it really hurts me to think about how much plastic that I've contributed to the land mills.
Everything. Land mines?
Land mines.
No.
Landfills. Oh, I was close with the mills, but then it sounded wrong. Landfills. Like, always just plastic bottles. So now if I have to get a plastic bottle, I try to at least use it like 3 or 4 times. So I'm like reusing it.
Okay, firstly, same. Secondly, but are you worried about microplastics? Because I go through really bad periods of anxiety.
I try to only wear cotton workout clothes. Like, I don't like to wear like the leggings anymore.
I know, because they're bad for us.
Yes, it's like just going in everywhere.
I know. I feel so bad about the plastic. It's so awful. And it's just, once you start to be aware of it, you're looking around, and it's just so difficult to not partake in plastic.
Yeah.
If you're especially on the go, especially in New York, it's impossible. Like in LA, you can go to Air they have the like paper kind of plates or whatever. It's more that vibe. But here, you are literally touching plastic or eating out of plastic the entire time.
Even if you go to like a Joe and the Juice or something at like 8 a.m. in the morning and there's a trash can outside, that trash can is full by 8:30 with plastic. Because people are, what are you supposed to do? And you're going to go to a coffee shop and bring your own cup? But like, if you tell people like you should make your own coffee, like that sounds crazy sometimes.
No,
or like,
totally.
I feel like if it's something that you do daily, if it's your daily routine, I try to monitor it and just do everything myself. Because then you know what's going into it. You know, if it's once in a while and you're on the go and you're going to get a pumpkin spice latte or something, then fine.
Sure.
You can take the whatever chemicals are in it, and you can also use the plastic. But if it's like a daily ritual, I feel like it's nice to kind of bring it in home and use more sustainable, long-lasting.
Yes, I feel like you're really good at this. Products. Kind of leans into one of my questions, but I feel like you're really good at, if you are going to have a meal at home, you have like a beautiful meal at home you cook, or you go to a great restaurant that you like know that you're going to have a good meal at, and that is so, I love that. That's the same with me. Like, I don't want to be having like a random Joe and the Juice random sandwich because I'm like starving. Like, I don't like that. I prefer to be at home. Or at a great restaurant.
And I try to be healthy. Obviously, we both love food, but we are both conscious of our health. And so I try to look, when I'm at home, I'm trying to eat very healthy, very clean, maybe a lot of homemade stuff as much as I can. And then it's like an 80-20. Yeah. So like 80% of the time, I have like a healthy base. 20% of the time, I can go out and eat whatever I want. Exactly. And it just kind of cancels itself out in my body. I agree.
That was one of my questions. I feel like I've known you and followed you for some years now, and I feel like you're at the sweet spot for balance. Like you've really found balance.
I feel
like,
very balanced.
How did you do that? Like, because I know so many of us, so many of my listeners, especially, you know, we swing one way, we swing another, especially if you like food or you like to go out. It's so hard to find a normal balance. How did you do that?
I think it is something that just came with age, or maybe just the way that I just feel like my life is more balanced. Like I don't feel like, I don't know, I feel very satisfied spending like 5 nights at home and 2 nights out.
Yes.
You know, like that. It's just how and it just makes my body feels good. I feel rested. I lock in like 5 to 6 workouts a week. Like I'm like, you know, I think like I'm just in a good space, and it's really hard for me sometimes to get out of my regimen.
Totally.
Like I think before when I was younger, I used to love to go on all these trips and these things, and now when I'm going on a trip, I'm like 10 days. Like what about my workouts? What about
vitamins,
my food?
all the supplements.
All the supplements you have to bring. How much sleep am I going to be getting? So I think it really is all about just enjoying it. And I do get comments on my social media that's like, well, I thought you were eating healthy. How can you eat here? And I'm just like, you guys,
you have to have
balance. It is balance. Like you can't go one way or the other. And with life, you just have to be flexible with yourself and with others. Just because you can't expect people to just go off the handles on one thing.
It's true. It's true.
And it's more long lasting. And I do feel like in LA, I think that
I was going to say, do you feel like you found balance when you came to New York?
Yes,
I feel like you did.
Yes, especially in the food. I think in LA, I was always on a cleanse, always on a fast, and it's just this yo-yo of detoxing and retoxing, and then knowing you have a cleanse next week, so then you're eating all this stuff. And here, since I moved to New York, which was 2.5 years ago, I haven't been on one cleanse.
I know, isn't that
It's
crazy?
amazing. And I know you always say that everyone has a maximum number of times you can do prolonged. And I really hit that time. I don't know.
Dead. Yeah.
And in New York, people are always getting together. There's always things to do. I just don't, there's no space for me to just like be like making those little space soups and eating 3 olives every night.
No, totally. I know.
And we're walking. It really is like intuitive eating.
It's so intuitive eating.
And it's not depriving yourself, enjoying it.
100%.
And I think when you go out here, there's like ambiance and there's a vibe.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go, like it's not just your stomach getting full, like your eyes are full, your heart feels full.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
100% agree. No, it's true. And I mean, I would say I'm a pretty, you know, solid person in terms of like I don't get that easily affected. But in LA, just being around people always being on extreme diets or cleanses or like it is just more extreme. I know people are going to say like, well, that's only like certain part of LA. Totally. That's the part of LA that I lived in. So I saw it all the time going to a workout class with people that were just like on such an extreme. Yeah. And then you don't have as much of like a social, like a full cultural social life at night. So then the focus does go on what cleanse am I on? What am I getting? What treatment do I need? What's this or that? So
I look back at my life when I was in LA and I'm just like, I really spent, like if I was going out on a Friday night, I would really spend all day driving around in my little G-Wagon, getting this done, getting that touch up. Oh, I need a tan. Oh, I need make all day long preparing, getting a lymphatic before you go out. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes I go to IMD spa here, but like it's not like I'm getting a lymphatic every week or before events here like I used to. It really is a balance, and like there's so much more to life and like enjoying people than having to be like, oh, we all have to go home and get ready for like our 7 o'clock red carpet.
Right. No, it's true. And I mean, even just with glam, you guys, I was addicted to glam for a while. Like I would get glam to go to Craig's on a Friday night.
No,
like what was I doing?
You
like,
had to. No, there was a time you could not leave your house in LA without glam, full glam.
It was just a very bizarre thing that I would do.
But once you get into it, you can't stop.
You can't stop. And you're like, well, they're going to have glam. And like, what if there's pictures and that? And here, I almost feel like ooh, should I get glam? I don't want to be embarrassed, even if it's like a big event, because it's just like people are so much more low key, which I like. But and again, this is not to shit on anyone who loves LA. If you love LA, that's great, and it's a different time. You know, you need different cities for different times in your life. But for where I'm at, and like also Dorothy's my inspo, because I swear when you move to LA and move to New York, like it just like everything clicked for you. I swear, you just became like the happiest, glowiest version of yourself.
It really just how you fill your days, who you're with, the types of people you're around, really makes a difference.
No, completely. Okay.
With glam, I loved glam. I still love glam.
Of course, we love glam.
Like 3 days a week. Like I can do one glam. Like I still like to remind myself of like, you know, how it can look.
For sure.
But probably like once every 2 weeks.
No, for sure. And not just for like a random dinner with friends.
And then we used to go out just to continue to go out because we had glam.
Right, of course.
Like you would have to take your glam out.
Yeah.
Like that's like $200 to $600 worth of hair and makeup or whatever that you're like, gotta get my money's worth.
Okay, well with that, Dorothy Wang, welcome to the pod. I'm so happy to have you on.
Thank you.
You have such good opinions on like food, fashion, taste, culture, everything. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. I ask everybody this question, but I'm most excited to hear you answer it. What's the best thing you ate this week?
What's the best thing I ate this week? I've been addicted to suan.
No, can we talk about the suan of it all?
I have a hyperfixation with suan right now, and it's because of you. I saw on your, and I've heard it before, but I never pulled the trigger. I don't know why, and it does remind me of LA. So
it's very LA.
So did you ever eat at this place called Enaka in LA?
I did,
Macrobiotic Japanese. It reminds me of that. It tastes like LA to me. And I mean, a suan, it's just everything is just so much. It's like so like nutritious.
And you feel the vitamins entering your body.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, suan is, I learned about it on Into the Gloss. I was reading an interview by one of the it girls back in the day, and she was like, I love suan because it's like macrobiotic Japanese food. And I remember I dragged my friend there, and they used to have this location in the West Village. And immediately when I ate it, I was like, I love this because it is very delicious.
Yes.
But it's just so healthy for you. And also now that it's fall, just
natural.
Like all the
squash that they're using.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You
it's
guys,
amazing.
you need to get it. I actually love, I don't know if they call it ramen. I think it's called the miso ramen. That's one I love. Yeah. It's vegetables. It's so good. Oh my God. It's delicious.
I've been getting the zucchini pesto.
Oh, it's very good.
The pesto with the zucchini noodles. So I take it that step further, just doing a zoodle.
Yeah.
With shrimp. I also love the tofu broccoli with salmon. And
delicious.
They deliver with brown rice. Someone messaged me the other day and was like, oh my gosh, this is like Gwyneth and so-and-so.
Yeah, Gwyneth
favorite.
she likes it too. I know that I've read that she used to have it as well. It's just really good for you. It's really nourishing. I'm obsessed.
It's the perfect fall at home meal.
Where do you think the food is better in LA or New York?
New York.
Yeah.
Hands down. Well, no. I always say I like lunch in LA because it's like light and healthy.
Yeah.
And I like dinner in New York. So when you want to go for like an event, like a meal, an experience, and really eat the food, hands down in New York is so much better. Dinner food. But we don't do lunch that well here.
No, it's true.
It's hard to find a salad, a light
It's hard to find a delicious filling salad. In LA, it's a town for luncheon.
Yes.
It's because you go and you have your big La Scala salad. You go to Erewhon, you get your salad. Like there is salads aplenty. Yeah. It's so true. But here, the dinner culture is just insane. Like I went to San Sabino on Monday night, and I still sound so like new because I'm like, gosh, I can't believe it's a Monday night and this restaurant is full.
People are out.
Full.
People are out.
I was like shocked. I was like, I can't believe it. It's a school night.
There's always a vibe. The thing about New York that's crazy coming from LA is that no one goes out in LA during the week because they have work. Everyone in New York works too.
I know.
But somehow everyone's out to dinner.
They're crazy.
Every single night. There's just like a thirst for life and connection here, I feel like.
I agree.
And everyone is willing to. Also, I think the people here feel like they're a little bit less selfish in certain ways, and like maybe if someone wants to go or the group wants to go, they'll be a little tired the next day.
Totally.
And they'll make it to dinner to see everyone.
Wait, that's a really good point. I haven't thought of. Whereas in LA, it's like everything has to be so agreed upon before. Everything's like we're all going here, and we all have to meet here, and it's just because of the geography and like everybody meeting up and driving and like whatever. It's just a different set of things that need to happen for everybody to go out. But you're right. Everyone's like, oh, come for one more drink or like come meet us here. It just everybody just kind of does it.
Everyone's so flaky. Here, it's the joy of just going out here and like starting at lunch with someone and then another friend is coming. Oh, let's text this person. Let's see if they're on. And they end up showing up and you just walk around and you spend your whole day just palling around with people that you love. It really is. Do most people not from LA experience this type of life their whole lives?
I guess. I mean, I truly love it too. And people have been asking me like, oh my God, why did you decide? And I honestly felt quite lonely in LA. And I missed that vibe of exactly what you said, meeting someone for lunch on a Saturday, running into another friend, going to a gallery, going, oh, let's go to like a club and have a tea in the afternoon. And then let's go to get dinner. And then like you've been out with people.
And you walk each other home. Yes. And it's the nicest feeling.
I also feel like there's just a lot of community for adults in New York, whereas I think that's harder to find in other towns. But like, it's just the friends you find in New York are really like family level. Not to say that that's not true with other places, but I think because New York is such a tough town, people take their friendship so seriously here. And so it is always like, oh, I'll walk you home, or like, how are you doing, or checking on you. It's just you get very close. And you have an amazing group of friends here. Well, you had them before, right? And then now you just like
get to see them all the time.
But
I have amazing friends in LA too.
Of course.
But even in LA, my friends, we would see each other once every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's different here. Here, you'll see your friend maybe 3 times a week.
3 times a week, and I love it.
It's amazing.
That's like
Everyone's
my type
just
of
on the go.
I know. I love it.
I think it's just a natural human feeling. It feels good when people want to see you. So I think in LA, when it's like, I don't think it's anything personal, but when it's like constantly like, oh, we can't, like, what about this? It's just a different feeling.
It is. I know. I would often feel
it's like a warm hug here, and everyone's like, yeah,
I agree.
I'm in. Like the group texts here are just, it just flows
positive.
And it's just easy.
Yeah, and everybody's always down.
Yes, and down to go on trips, down to go on weekend,
just down
road
to
trips,
down to
everything.
clown. Like, and you're like,
down to clown, exactly.
Sometimes I'll just like stop by my friend's place of work. I'll be like, oh, I'm swinging by with a coffee, and it's just like, I like that. I need that. I think I was feeling like, maybe I'm sensitive. I mean, I know I am, but like in LA, I would speak to my friend who's like lived half an hour away, and I'd say, oh, should we get dinner tonight? And they'd be like, I don't want to drive. And I think on some level I took that as like a personal rejection.
No, it is like, that's what I was kind of getting at. Not that it's a personal thing, but it is like a little every time you ask like or suggest something and it comes back a no, it is a little bit of a rejection.
Yeah, and it's just I just love the camaraderie in New York. I love the feeling of togetherness. It's the best. I mean,
I'm so excited for you. Wait, so you are going to be here how many months out of the year? What is the plan? I know you're all over the place.
I don't have a plan yet, but I just want to be here. I'm just like, I'm ready to be here for fall. I just already feel so happy being here. You've been
one of my girlfriends was like, she seems so happy in New York.
I am.
Everyone is.
I really do feel so happy here.
I saw the restaurants you've been going to.
Yeah, it's just been, I don't know. I just feel for this stage of my life, I feel a lot happier for basically all the reasons you just said, but mostly it comes down to the friendships. And it's like, I have incredible friends in LA who I see once every 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm not like that. I'm like, oh, let's have a dinner party, come to my house. Like, oh, let's watch a movie. Oh, let's do this or that. And so I'm just so happy.
I feel like such a dork because I'm always like, it's so nice to all be together.
No, same. I love that. I'm like, I never want to leave. Like, I'm like, I want to spend the entire weekend together and then roll right into Monday and do something Monday. And so it's just amazing. Okay. Have you changed your mind about anything since moving to New York? Like any misconceptions you had or anything that you were like, oh, I'm not going to like that, but I actually love that?
I felt that I would like it, but I didn't know that I really would take such a liking, so even my friends are shocked. They're like can't believe this little LA girl made it through a winter and can walk for like miles every day. Like,
do you take the subway?
That's one thing I don't take. I did take the I do take the LIR sometimes, but that's like above ground, so I feel kind of safe there. That's kind of easy.
Did you like the Hamptons before you lived in New York?
No.
Okay, so you changed. Because I've also recently changed. I'm like, now I like the Hamptons a lot.
So the thing about the Hamptons is it can't be like a destination location.
Okay.
Like if you're from LA and you want to go to the Hamptons for like a fun week, it is too far and too difficult to get to. And it's not hype enough.
No, facts.
It's not hype enough. Hamptons are great, with a small group, staying all at a house together, going for dinner. Like, I don't party or go out in the Hamptons.
I party all the time in the Hamptons.
You do?
I party like an animal. But that's actually a really good way to put it, because sometimes LA people will come to the Hamptons and it will give me anxiety because I'm like, you are not going to like it.
You're underwhelmed.
You're underwhelming.
Because flying for 4 to 5 hours and having to take a 3 to 4 hour car ride to get to somewhere where there's like no Wi-Fi, there's sometimes no air conditioning, there's one bathroom for 700 people at Surf Lodge.
It's like, so true. So
and like
true.
it's not gonna be Drake perform. Like, I used to joke and be like, when is Drake coming? And like Drake would never come.
No, literally, it's so true. It's just like, it's a big mission, but if you live in New York, it really is the best. It's
really nice to just get out and like be in nature and not have to look over your shoulder and like step in like dog poop on the ground all the time.
I agree. Okay, so I think of you as a very well-mannered person. Where do you think people have better manners, LA or New York?
Honestly, I think people from New York seem like they're rougher around the edges, but at their core and their mentality and their values, I feel like people in New York, I would say people in New York just have more couth.
I agree.
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, sometimes in LA, it just feels a little icky.
I get that.
And I think especially if you're someone with a little bit of notoriety, you don't know how these interactions are going to go. But in New York, people maybe will just have a nice conversation with you and then just be like, oh, I loved you on that show. Love you. And that's it. Whereas maybe in LA, they can be like, oh, like, what's your number? Let's follow each other. And then you just don't know where it's going to go.
True. Yeah.
And I do think that maybe like it just feels like there's a little, it's just I don't know. It's people kind of can read the room a little better.
I agree. I think that there's kind of like a code of conduct in New York where it's just like more understanding.
Yeah.
And people just kind of like get it here as well.
And people are so involved in their own movie all the time in New York, which is nice because they're not watching yours all the time.
Agree. Okay. Did you enjoy the ranch?
I loved the ranch. Yeah. It was more hiking than I realized.
Oh, it's a lot of hiking. It's a lot. Wait, how many days did you go for?
4 days.
Okay, guys, if you've never been to the ranch, you probably remember when I went to the one in Italy. I did 7 nights.
That's crazy.
It was so much. And I can't believe I actually got through it. On the first day, I genuinely thought I was going to have to quit because I'm not that, at the time I wasn't that fit. And I just was like, I can't believe it's 4 hours of straight hiking. By
with
the
end, poles. Were you like, we were
I was with the poles. Like, I was terrified, like clinging onto rocks for dear life. But by the end of it, I was like, I love this.
It felt so good. Like when I completed that 4-hour hike, I was like, I did it. It was like exhilarating.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of hiking. I didn't realize I wore a mosquito net on my face. But it is a nice escape from real life. It really is like adult summer camp.
Yeah, it is. I would want to do it again. I think I want to take my mom to the one in New York because
the grounds are beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and they portion out all your food. It's all vegan and gluten free. And healthy. And everyone's always like the snack, the iconic 11 almonds.
You know they stopped. I think they said they discontinued. I actually have a snack from the ranch in my bag that I brought in case I got hungry. They gave like a little bag of trail mix. They don't do the 8 almonds anymore.
Why? Because it got out and everyone was making fun of them.
They were like, they even like made a joke about, oh no, it's not going to be the 8 almonds. Now they do like things that look a little bit more substantial.
I honestly never got hungry, and I'm a very hungry person all the time. The only thing was we were in Italy and I felt like the chefs there were so confused about the food because obviously it's quite plain and whatever. And they were like freaking out. They were like, I don't know what to do with this. It's like, that's why apparently the one in California, they have like hot sauce and herbs and like all this stuff and whatever.
Yeah, to add on. The chef at Hudson Valley was amazing. He's great. This is a personal thing with me. I get very bloated on just plant-based.
On a vegan,
Vegan, plant-based. So like, I felt great, but I wasn't necessarily looking snatched.
Yeah.
But
no, it's a good one.
But it was great.
What's your favorite spa in New York?
My favorite, I feel like New York's not for spa. Like,
I know.
I have a LA identity and a New York identity. Like, I don't really do the wellness. I don't want anyone here putting an IV in my arm. The wellness thing is very LA for me, and the spa relaxation thing. I mean, I do like IMD sometimes for a like a lymphatic. I haven't even gotten a facial here. I mean, I know of so many good facials here, but I don't know why I haven't even pulled the trigger.
No, it's so true because I feel like you and I also talk about how in LA, when you want to go to your appointments, it's like driving to the spa, getting in, you can go in your sweats, you can get out in your sweats, you're covered in all the like moisturizer, you can just roll into your house. In New York, like what are you to do if it's raining and you're just like covered in goo and you're like whatever, it's a lot.
I don't like being relaxed and then being thrust into a jolting situation.
So I mean, getting a pedicure in winter is an extreme sport. Like it's really scary.
The Russian manicures that I got, literally I prepare for war every time I go.
I love that. Okay, what is the most extreme wellness thing you've ever done? And is it those new UV patches you're wearing?
So I have developed an allergy to sun.
Oh, it's a full
only
allergy.
On the bottom. Well, I get like allergic reactions. Like it's dry, but it's only the bottom. It's wherever I had eczema or have eczema. So it's so sensitive to the sun. So I've been like trying to track it. To be like, what is causing this? And it came down to the sun. So I've been using these Korean UV patches on my skin. Because of course also I'm sensitive to sunscreen, which would be the obvious thing. And even the widest brim hat, your neck and your chin is always showing. So I got these UV patches. I've been taking HelioCare. I've been using SkinCeuticals, CE ferulic acid. That's supposed to help. It's supposed to help build up your body's natural UV. I'm lucky that now the sun's kind of, the weather is a little bit better. So I think maybe the most extreme would be We Care Spa.
I
love We Care Spa.
I love We Care. I was just talking about it with Jeff Lewis because he just went and he was like, your first time is a little jarring, but like I love it.
No, it was not. My sister and I went. We could have gone for a week. Like we only did 2-3 days. Like it's such a, We Care Spa is really like core LA.
It's so core LA.
Core LA. And I do feel like the ranch, because it's more like fit, healthy food.
Yeah.
Like that's more New York.
For sure, because it's like hike out your problems, like walk it out.
Activity, nourishing your body.
Like just don't eat for
We
many
Care
days.
Like we're gonna detox you, but you do feel great and radiant, and you also don't feel hungry, which is the
you don't.
Most
you really don't.
thing.
If anything, you're a little bored because it's like I do every single spa thing, and then after that, I'm like, okay, like what am I doing now? Like
we were like I was doing sauna like 4 times a day.
Yeah, it's like that's the issue, but it's like you leave and you look so good.
And it lasts for a while. It lasts for like the benefits do last for a couple months.
I agree.
Like I've felt it, and I feel like I'm overdue.
Yeah, I need to go.
We should go together.
We should.
If we synced up our little wellness trips,
that would be so fun. I'm so down. I love We Care. Okay, switching gears a little bit. Fashion in New York versus fashion in LA, so different. I also feel like you're in your fashion era in a new fun way in New York. So talk a little bit about that, and also like I always say this thing, which I don't know if this will make sense to you. I find it so hard to get dressed in LA. Like I find it so hard because I wouldn't wear an outfit like this.
Because you're too dressed up.
But so then it's like, what do you wear that's pulled together but casual? Yeah. Whereas in New York, I'm like, oh, no problem. I'm picking a jean, a sweater, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
In LA, you really can get away with wearing like like denim shorts and a white t-shirt for sure. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, why are you so dressed up when you like pull a look? And I think that even here, my style, it's just been more relaxed. I feel like I haven't shopped in like years. It's just different. It's not like I'm like chasing trends as much as just like wearing. A lot of it is like what's practical.
Totally.
Like today I wanted to walk here, so like I'm in like a utility boot and like jeans and I think it's more for me. I'm a little bit more street style-y here because I want to be comfortable and walking through different neighborhoods, not being like looking like too flashy or so. But I think in New York people they just keep layering, putting on different things.
It's more like uniform dressing.
Yes, it's a uniform, but I just think every element is like almost like chicer, cooler, edgier. So then when you put all your edgier basics together, the whole look just looks a little bit better.
Cooler. Yeah, I agree.
It just looks cooler here.
I agree.
But also people are so used to like people being so dressed up here. Like no one is like or gasping at anyone.
No, it's so nice. It's so nice. You can wear a heel. You can wear a boot with a heel.
And you could literally wear like a cowboy hat and like a disco cowgirl boots walking down the street, and no one would. Yeah,
I know. It's very like choose your own adventure, which I really do like. What Okay, this is an interesting question. I'm so curious. What items, could be fashion, beauty, anything, do you splurge versus save on? Like I love a deal. I know you love a deal as much as I do. What are some categories that you are like, you don't need to buy the designer one or you don't need to buy the expensive one?
For me, I do feel like sometimes clothing, I don't necessarily, but certain things like, I mean, I'm still wearing my Celine jeans, but like sometimes I buy the AG jeans it just depends on the fit and the style. I love Frankie Shop.
I love Frankie Shop.
I feel like all their stuff, it really is a one-stop shop. Like they just know the silhouette that works.
I know.
You can just get a white t-shirt there and that's the cut of the white t-shirt that you need.
Yeah.
Everything, like they kind of curated it for you already. Like anything from the Frankie Shop is cool, basically.
I think of the Frankie Shop as like all you need for New York. Like it's all mixes and matches.
I really just wear a lot of Frankie. Sometimes I'm like, I'm literally only wearing Frankie Shop.
No, they're great. Yeah,
They kind of just create everything that you need.
Yeah. What about basics like white tees and like simple
like
tanks,
jeans,
stuff
I
like
think,
that?
But it just depends. It's nice, I think, to have one high end like basic.
Yes.
I think sometimes you feel better wearing it.
For sure.
And you kind of have a little bit of a pizzazz when you go out wearing your, nice basic designer thing. I think shoes are hard for me to skimp on. Shoes and bags. Those are always kind of, because I just also, for the shoes, when you skimp on them, they just, especially walking in New York, they just
break.
don't hold up. I don't trust the technology.
Oh my God. I know. I just made a TikTok because I was like, I forgot living in New York how beat up your feet get because if you do this kind of socializing that we were just talking about, where you leave your house at 11, you meet your friend for lunch, all of a sudden it's 12 hours later and you've walked like casual 12,000 steps in high-heeled boots that you're not supposed to walk in. Yeah. And then your feet are hurting so much, you wake up, you put on another difficult pair of boots, and your feet are like screaming. So I forgot about that.
You can never wear a sandal in the summer here.
Oh no,
because you're going to be walking, like you're going to be around, like those toes are going to be dirty, and also it just hurts. Like a flat sandal hurts, so you can't literally. You're on that pavement.
You're rocking that pavement. No, it's honestly a struggle to find. I'm on the search for some comfortable. I mean, I love the row boots. Like I do think that they're worth the splurge. Actually,
they are worth the splurge.
Have you ever bought a fake?
No.
Okay, what do you think about dupes? What do you think about dupe culture?
I think dupes are cute.
Yeah.
If it can't like have the brand on it. I feel that's like when it takes it too far. But I was going to put on these Bottega earrings that Amazon made all these dupes. I took them out today and they literally are like rusted. I'm like, why did I pay? Like I should have just gotten the Amazon dupe. Like if Bottega isn't, they're rusted to a point where I'm like, what happened to these earrings?
Right,
it's just
right.
Weird. But once I remember 8th grade, I had the Louis Vuitton Murakami little cherry blossom pink pochette purse. I was at Il Trem with my mom for lunch.
Love Il Trem.
This lady and her daughter's like, oh my God, Mom, I like her purse. The mom says to the daughter, don't, it's fake. I was like, my mom and I almost put down my chicken special sandwich and was like, no. I literally looked at her. I was like, this is not fake. I got this at the Louis Vuitton at the Beverly Center.
I'm dead. Oh my God. Wait, also that's such an iconic purse.
I still have it. I still pull it out
as
sometimes.
If you would ever wear fake. That's not Wang at all.
I think you just there's so many beautiful designers and bags and different types of things. Like why get a fake version of something?
Do you Real? I
love Real.
The Real? Yeah.
I mean, I sell a lot of my stuff on the Real.
I love the Real. I found some great stuff on there. Okay, we're going to play a game of this or that. Erewhon or Happier Grocery?
Erewhon. Okay. The problem, I know this is supposed to be a quick round.
No,
please. I try to go to this Happier Grocery. Everything is packaged. It's just a snack shop. It almost looks like a cannabis store.
Right.
When people from New York or people outside of LA don't understand what Erewhon really is. They think it's just the smoothies.
I know.
And it's really not. It's so much more like the produce. It's the food. It's the hot
It's
food.
The hot bar. It's the prepackaged like wraps. It's the, oh God.
And the food is the hot bar at Erewhon. If there was a hot bar at Erewhon here, I would probably eat it every day for dinner.
I would eat it every single day. I know.
It would just solve so many issues. And the thing is, it doesn't taste gross healthy. It's not like powdery, fake healthy.
No, it's just really
real
good.
Food.
Yeah, because there's so much integrity of their ingredients and they actually bothered to make it good.
Tastes good. And it's not just about the smoothies.
No.
Like I actually go, how many hundreds of times have I gone to Erewhon? I have never gotten a smoothie there.
I know, there really needs to be. I mean, there's always been rumors that they're going to open in New York.
I know.
It would go crazy. I think it would be like scary how much people would like it.
It would, no, I've been like, I DM them all, like, please open.
It would be so good. Oh my God, Erewhon. You heard it. You're here. You
for the win always.
Cries. Okay, Hamptons or Malibu?
Right now, I guess Hamptons.
Yeah, it's so great. What's your favorite Hampton?
East.
Me too. I love East. Carbone or Sartiano's?
Oh, Sartiano's.
Same.
The Sartiano's in the Hamptons this summer was amazing.
Oh my God, it was so beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was stunning.
Scott really did a great job with hedges.
I felt like I was in a movie set or something. It was just like so gorgeous.
And the food was so good, fresh.
So good.
Delicious.
Loved it. Brat summer or demure autumn?
I really went from Brat summer to demure autumn.
I know. I feel like it's like a natural transition for all of us. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Massage or facial?
Massage.
Okay. Leather or suede jacket?
Suede.
Apartment complex or house?
Like in the city?
Anywhere.
House.
Yeah. Sparkling water or flat?
Flat.
Car service or driving yourself?
Driving yourself is so nice.
So nice.
I love it.
I do miss that. Night in or night on the town?
Currently night in. It's like now I just do dinner. I was talking to my friends before and I was like, remember when we used to only do dinner because we were going out?
So
and now
crazy.
like we just go to dinner and don't do anything after.
No, I know. I'm still in my going out era, but I'm hoping
it's fun for you. I love that for you. Yeah. Nikki was asking me yesterday, where do people go out? Like where would someone go out in LA?
Oh, in LA? No idea. Why do you think I moved?
Where would you go out in New York? Like, is it like Little Sister, Lucy's, Zero Bond?
Yeah, Zero Bond, or like any of those places.
The Nines.
So fun. The Nines is so fun.
I like the Nines.
You know, and it's always a vibe. It's just always like you can catch a vibe. It's nice.
Yes.
It's like if you have that hunger, especially if like you're in your 30s to like be around other people, all this stuff we've been saying, you can go anywhere here and you will find a vibe, and it's just that's amazing. Like in LA, I've literally had times when I would be like, guys, I really want to go out tonight, and
you're in your full face of makeup and there's no one else there,
and you go into a club and it's empty.
Yeah.
It's just different. And also I think cities change. You know, I think that LA really had its moment in the 2000s. It was a time when there was so much energy around LA, the fashion, like think about Entourage. There was so much, everybody was looking towards LA, the clubs, like the club scene was really big then. Hyde, all of that. Like people would die for the photos of the celebrities going into the clubs. And then that all changed. So it's like the type of going out that people do is more of a New York type. It's like cozy spots, less phones out, like less big
members clubs
spaces, members clubs, like more elite, just kind of just cozy vibes. I don't know. So, okay, smash or pass. Van Cleef necklaces.
I personally don't have any, but they don't bother me. But so they're a pass for me.
Okay. Alaya flats.
Pass. No, smash. Sorry.
Okay, we love them. Yeah.
Computing incorrectly.
Cartier love bracelet.
Pass. I've never been a Cartier love girl. Like, oh, look at like all the stainless steel on my wrist. Like, put some diamonds in there, honey.
Birkins.
Always a smash.
Okay, I think I'm like ready.
Are you ready for your? Are you in your Birkin era?
I was like thinking about it, and I've been like recently, just every time I see one, I'm like, I think I kind of would like that.
And now everyone's putting all the charms and stuff.
I know. Well, I like the charms, and I follow this like, I guess she's like a TikToker, YouTuber, and she had her Birkin like painted, and it looked so sick.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, that's so cool. I want that.
Yeah.
Like it looks so cool. So I think I'm ready.
You're ready to start playing the game. It's a little exhausting.
I know, and
but
then
it's like kind of like just like a passage.
Part of the fun.
Yeah,
I know. And then I'm like, I hate being rejected, so I feel like it could be like a long road for me. But I'm also very like conniving and like manipulative, so I feel like I could also like be good at it. You know?
I think you just have to go spend some time and walk around and be like, hey, and they'll be like, oh my god,
buy some sandals. You know, get in there. A classic Chanel flat bag.
Pass.
The Row jelly flat.
For me, it's a pass, but it looks cute on other people.
I see girls wearing it. I think it looks so cute. I feel like I've missed the boat now, but I fully endorse. I like wish that I had worn the red ones all summer.
Yeah, they're very cute on others. Not me.
LV Never Full Tote.
I don't even know what that is.
Just like the classic LV tote.
Pass.
How about a Goyard tote?
I like Goyard.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, same.
So smash. I bought a little Goyard bag today.
It's so cute. I love that. Gucci loafers.
Smash.
Kate jeans.
Smash. But I don't put them in the freezer. Do we actually have to put them in the freezer?
Did you see that? I just saw that too.
I thought you did that for cashmere sweaters or something to get rid of the fuzz. You put them in the freezer.
The problem is sometimes jeans actually get dirty, so you have to wash them. It's not just like the bacteria. It's like sometimes you actually like spill on them or like whatever. You wore them outside.
You're in New York. You're in a cab. You're going
you want to like wash them, but it's tough because they do stretch a little bit. The Acne Studios chunky scarf.
I love Acne Studios. Smash.
Okay. Good, same. Me checking all the things I want to wear and making sure Dorothy thinks they're okay. A Kimosabe hat from Aspen.
Very okay. Like whatever. I don't think it's really like a New York vibe.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Like it's like if you're there or like on a bachelorette trip, it's a smash.
Okay, cool. Okay,
they just opened here, I heard.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, the pictures of the opening, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Okay, great. So now we're going to dive into some, wow, we've been yapping. We actually don't have that much. We could
go all day long.
We could go all day long.
Oh, it's almost 2.
3 quick pop culture stories.
Okay.
Levi's teases Beyonce collaboration for its new chapter. So Levi's tagged Beyonce in a photo they posted of an Instagram of a woman wearing a cowboy hat and riding a horse with the caption, introducing a new chapter. Thoughts? So exciting.
Yeah. Everything like Beyonce. And it really goes with the Cowboy Carter, all that stuff.
Oh my God. I literally would buy dirt that Beyonce blessed. Like I think she's so cool, and this is amazing. And do you like Levi's to wear?
Yeah,
I do. I have a couple of really cute pairs.
I like Levi's shorts, Levi's jeans.
Their shorts are really good.
I think they're a great classic brand. They don't try to do too much. It's just
I actually really agree with you. I think that they have staying power and they've never become cringe. Like some iconic brands, like they do too much trying to be like modern. And I'm like, oh, you had a marketing meeting about how to appeal to Gen Z.
Yeah. They just kept
Levi's is like, we are a classic American denim brand, and that's what they do. And I love that. I guess obviously there's the song Levi's Jeans. I wonder if this collab predated that song or if it came about because of the song. Interesting. Go Beyonce, go Levi's, we love you. Cher to headline all women artist lineup at first Victoria's Secret fashion show since 2018. Scheduled for October 15th in Brooklyn, the 2024 fashion show marks a major comeback for Victoria's Secret. VS announced that Cher will headline the brand's first big runway showcase in 6 years, and she'll be leading a lineup of all women artists for the first time ever. What are your thoughts on the VS show? Did you also grow up watching it?
We grew up watching it, but like maybe in a toxic way. I don't know, but we would gather around and all the girls would be and like judge everyone's bodies and say who looks good and doesn't and look up their fitness and diet tips and stuff like that. I feel like Victoria's Secret is really trying.
They're trying.
They're trying to turn it around, but maybe it's just time to I don't know,
they're trying.
Let it go.
They're definitely trying.
I heard Tyra's coming back, which is exciting. We need the faces that we love back, and I think it's great to bring them back now that they're a little bit older and still like show them on the runway.
No, I agree with you. I think I grew up watching it too. I loved it, and like probably wasn't great for me to be like hearing the models be like, and then I only drink liquid for 2 days before the show. But I loved it, and it was glamorous and aspirational.
Yeah,
I think they're trying. I think people have been pretty harsh on Victoria's Secret while they're trying, and it's like people forget how big of a company it is. And I just think like it's not as easy as just like snapping your fingers and being like, okay, get it right. Like there's so many people and they are really trying.
I'm sure many of the people involved would love to see it progress.
For sure.
But maybe the higher ups, are a little bit slower to change.
Exactly. I feel
it'll be interesting to watch.
It'll be interesting.
Especially Cher. I mean, that's iconic.
Oh, and Blackpink's Lisa and Tyla also performing because we love them. That's good people. And Gigi and Tyra are already confirmed to be walking the show. Yeah, I mean, I do love the like iconic models. Like,
no, I mean, who am I kidding? I'm going to watch.
Of course yeah. I'm so excited. Okay. Last story. So JetBlue will imitate bigger and more successful rivals by opening airport lounges at JFK in Boston. You're a fellow Mint lover, right?
Yes.
JetBlue announced...
I had a little snafu with them, though.
I've been having some...
Like, they're not... Like, are they still nice to you on DM or not as much?
No.
I think they switched over.
I think they switched over. And, like, I think in general... I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say this. I think JetBlue has gone downhill.
Yes.
Like when I was really taking it probably 2 or 3 years ago, it was the nicest, cleanest airline, always on time, always polite, everything.
Customer service, amazing.
Amazing. And not just because they DM me because I'm an influencer. Like in general, I really liked them because I thought they were good.
Yeah.
Lately, the plane's a mess.
No. And
dirty.
One time, my whole entertainment system was not working for a 6-hour flight. And they would not, they said, oh, if you see the fine print, we no longer offer any vouchers or anything for broken entertainment systems.
That's outrageous.
Like, that is outrageous, right? And then I kind of complained and then went to a supervisor. And then I feel like they put me on a blacklist because now it's like, I used to be Mosaic level and now I'm like not Mosaic level.
That's
anymore.
outrageous.
You know when the flight attendant just comes around and says, oh, welcome back. They don't say welcome back to me anymore after I've voiced my opinion
I think they might have just like stopped that altogether because remember how they used to bring a note and be like, oh
yes, like welcome back,
which by the way I thought was so stupid. I'm like, what am I going to do with this note? Like this, like give me like a candy or something. Like
give me extra cashews.
Just give me 2 huge cashew chunks. Like, but I'm really disappointed in them. So what are you flying these days? Just back and forth.
Honestly,
between LA and New York?
It's really bad. I just go by whatever time and airport I want to go in, which I know is not the way to play the point game. Recently, I've been flying a lot of United.
Wow.
And I've been liking them. I don't know why. I'm not really into Delta. I don't know. I've really been just going United.
I'm taking United to Paris on Friday. I'm scared.
So fun.
No, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you tried La Compagnie or La Compagnie?
No, but I would try it.
I've been trying to figure out like a flight of theirs.
Yeah. No, I would try it for sure. Oh my God. Okay. We didn't even have time to do AMA because we were yapping so much. That was
Sorry, I'm bad at being concise.
No, are you kidding me?
That was like my producers be like, can you speak in a bite? Like,
no, I absolutely love it. Do you have anything that you're working on? Where can people find you? Tell us. You guys should follow Dorothy on TikTok because her clothes are so cute. And she also does a lot of great restaurant reviews. And I always say, like, she is my number one food influencer. If you want good restaurant recs, go to her page.
And I have the same taste in food.
We really do.
And a lot of things, actually. Which is why we get along so well.
Exactly. You're at Dorothy Wang on everything.
At Dorothy Wang on everything.
Thank you so much for coming to Office Hours.
This is so fun.
Thank you for coming. Bye, guys.